After long periods of stress, stillness, or emotional heaviness, our bodies can crave movement. And not harsh or intense movement, but the kind of movement that restores circulation, mobility, and an inner sense of momentum. So if you've been feeling stagnant, tense, mentally overwhelmed, or just disconnected from your energy lately, this full body yoga flow can help you begin to release some of that buildup of tension, improve your mobility, and reconnect you with a clear, more grounded sense of yourself. My name is Jyllin. Today I'm going to guide you through a grounding, energizing practice. And this will include twisting, shoulder opening, hip mobility, and rhythmic movement. And this will support emotional clarity and renewed energy. And if you enjoy practices that support your nervous system and hormonal health, your emotional health, like EFT, meridian yoga, and holistic healing, feel free to subscribe if you haven't yet. Your support also helps me to continue creating practices with more intention and fewer interruptions on the channel. Let's get started. Come to stand facing the top of your mat. I'll just face you for this opening sequence. And let's begin by bouncing. So getting your lymph moving, getting the blood moving, moving out any stagnancy, and moving out any buildup of pressure, stress, any buildup of thoughts or emotional stagnation that can feel like frustration or anger. You can let your heels bounce off of the ground. You can jump. You can let your shoulders bounce up and down, whatever feels good for you to help you to get everything moving through your body. And now let's just shake it out. So actually shaking your hips side to side, shaking out your elbows, your wrists, your fingers. This can be pretty vigorous. And let's cup out the hips. So cupping the fingers in and just move the hip side to side, giving the glutes a little massage where the gallbladder channel runs and where we can store a lot of stress and tension and irritability. And now you can just begin to settle and begin to twist. So you can do this by bending one knee at a time and let this reverberate up through the spine. Your arms can swing with this, your shoulders can release with this. And you can play around with this, how you initiate this twisting, where your hands come to on your body, how high your arms swing. Whatever feels right for you right now, letting this tension release from the body, and as we release it from the body, we release it from our minds and our emotions, because it's all connected. And now you can come to the center and begin to settle in to your Tadasana. Let your breath settle into your belly. On your next inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips to fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. Step your left foot back, bring the knee down. Inhale, take your arms up into crescent lunge. Exhale, take your hands to the mat, step back to plank, Chaturanga. Inhale into cobra or upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. So the liver, the gallbladder, when tension builds up in these channels, it can be nice to move it out. So moving however feels good for you in this posture, it might feel good to move your hips side to side, creating an opening through the glutes, down into the waist, the side ribs, getting into the gallbladder channel again. You can press down through the inside of your heels, create a deeper opening through your back, through the bladder channel that can store really deep stress. And once you settle into the posture, feeling a lift up through your inner thighs, through the liver, the kidney channel that we're working with in this practice. On your next inhale, step your right foot between your hands, bring your back knee down. Take your arms up into crescent lunge. Exhale, release the hips down. Inhale, lift up through the belly, lift up through the ribs. Exhale, step your back foot forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, come all the way up to stand, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips to fold forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Step your right foot back, bring your back knee down. Inhale, your arms up into a crescent lunge. Exhale, take your hands to the mat. Step your left foot back, chaturanga. Inhale into upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. On your next inhale, step your left foot between your hands, bring the back knee down. Take your arms up into crescent lunge. Exhale, release the hips down. Inhale, lift up through the belly, through the ribs, open up through the chest. Exhale, step your back foot forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold forward. And inhale, come all the way up to stand. Take your arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Step your left foot back, 80-degree angle in that foot. Inhale, into warrior two. Exhale, deepen your hips into this posture. Inhale, into reverse warrior. Exhale, deepen the hips into the posture. Inhale, lift up through the right side of the body. Exhale, into warrior two. Inhale, bring your right elbow onto your knee. Come into an extended side angle. Exhale, deepen your hips into the posture. Inhale, lengthen through the left side of the body. Exhale, come back into warrior two. Inhale, lengthen through your right leg. Exhale, Trikonasana. Inhale, lengthen through your top arm. Exhale, lengthen through the spine. Inhale, move the right ribs down, the left ribs up. Exhale, bend through your front knee. Come back into warrior two. Now we're going to come into Ardha Chandrasana. I'll let you do this how you do. You can bring your right hand down in front of you. You can use a block if you have it. You can take your right hand to your right ear. Extend your left arm out over the left side of the body. Feeling planted down through the four corners of your right foot. We'll transition into a warrior three. Bringing the right arm back or bringing your left hand down to the ground. However you need to support yourself, rotating your hips in so the inner thighs move in toward each other. And now soften through your standing leg. We'll transition into a high lunge. Coming onto the ball of your left foot, the arms alongside the ears. Let's bring the hands into prayer, twist, taking your left arm to the outside of your right leg, pressing the arm and leg against each other. Feeling the left ribs move down, the right ribs move up and back. On inhale, bring your arms back overhead. Lengthen through your front leg. Turn your right toes in. Let's set up for Padottanasana. The big toes are slightly in. Bring your hands onto your hips. Lift up through the quadriceps, the kneecaps. Fold forward. Bring your hands to where they come to. You can line them up between your feet, taking them shoulder width apart. And on inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Once again, inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Now breathing here, feeling how you can press down through the outsides of your feet. So you're strong through the gallbladder channel, you're lifted up through the inner thighs, you're lifted up through the front of the thighs, long through the spine, long through the neck, the shoulders grounded into the back. Now you can take your torso parallel to the ground, bring your hands out, come up onto the balls of your feet, turn your heels in, and let's come up into a goddess squat, lining up the knees with the second toes, taking your arms out wide. Taking your right arm underneath your left, hooking at the elbows, Garudasana through the arms. And reaching up and out through your elbows, pressing your forearms against each other, opening up through the shoulders. As you continue actively opening through your inner thighs. Now you can release the arms, taking them out wide, lengthen through your legs. I'm not going to mirror you here. We're going to come all the way over, bending into your right leg. So coming toward the top of your mat, as far as you can come into this. And on inhale, open up through your arms. If this is available to you, you can press your right arm and leg against each other. Let your ribs move with this. You're strong through your left leg. And now release your top arm down and pivot so you're coming onto the ball of your left foot. Walk your right foot out to line up with the outside of the mat, taking the right hand to the inside of your right foot. And on an exhale, lengthen through your right leg as much as it will lengthen. Inhale, bend through your right knee. Exhale, lengthen through your right leg. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, bend through the knee. One more time. Exhale, lengthen through the right leg. Inhale, bend through the knee. Now you can stay here. You can bring your back knee down. You can come onto your forearms. Any combination of those options, whatever feels right for you right now. You can come to the outside of your right foot to feel into your glutes, maybe into the IT band. And now let's release the back knee down. Come up onto your hands if you aren't already there. And let's draw the left foot in toward the hips. You can stay here, you can work on that. If you can take a hold of your back foot with your right hand, you can take that. And you can twist here if you have a hold of your foot. Work the foot in toward your hip. And let your left hip release down. Feeling into this nice deep opening through your left quadriceps, into the hip flexors. You can press your left foot back into your hand. Actively twist here, drawing your right shoulder back. On an inhale, you can look forward. Exhale, let go of your left foot. Let's walk the right foot to the left side of the mat. We'll set up for pigeon here, releasing the hips down onto the mat. And first making sure that your hips are squared out. You can tuck your back toes. So you're opening up through the front of your left hip as well as the right glutes. And let's look back over the right shoulder, looking back toward your foot, just helping to even out the hips more. And then you can release, looking forward. Now, I'll give you an option here. If you want to come straight down into pigeon, however you want to practice that. If you want to take a hold of your left foot with your left hand and then release down, taking your right hand down in front of you, releasing down from there. If you have a hold of the foot, you can let that go. Let's come up. Get your right foot out of the way so you can plant both of your hands onto the mat. Tuck your left toes firmly into the mat. We're going to come straight back into a three-legged dog. Taking the right leg up, opening up through the hip, bending through the right knee, and reach back through your right foot so much that it comes down off to the side of your mat. Inhale, open up into a back bend here. Whatever your version is of this right now. Feeling into the right side of your body and firmly planting down into your left hand, sending the left shoulder up into the back. Now you can unwind. Let's come into plank. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale into upward dog. Exhale back, downward dog. On your next inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. Step your right foot back, take an 80-degree angle in that foot. Inhale, into warrior two. Exhale, deepen the hips into the posture. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, deepen the hips into it. Inhale, lengthen through the left side of the body. Exhale, into warrior two. Inhale, into an extended side angle. Exhale, deepen the hips into it. Inhale, lengthen through the right side of the body. Exhale, into warrior two. Inhale, lengthen through your front leg. Exhale, Trikonasana. Inhale, reach up through your right arm. Exhale, lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the legs. Inhale, deepen the twist through the thoracic spine. Exhale, bend through your front knee. Come into warrior two. Inhale, into Ardha Chandrasana. Your version of this. So you can take your left hand down. You can take your left hand to your ear. Reach back through your right arm. The hips are open here. Both legs are long. Transition into a warrior three. If your hand is by your ear, reach back through that arm. You can take your right hand down to the ground. Wherever you are with this, rotating the hips in, drawing the inner thighs toward each other, flattening out through the lower back. We'll transition back into a high lunge, coming onto the ball of the right foot. Now on an inhale, lift up through the belly, through the ribs. Exhale, bring the hands into prayer and twist. Taking the right arm to the outside of your leg. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, deepen into the twist. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, deepen into the twist. Inhale your arms up, lengthen through your front leg. Turn your toes in for Padottanasana. Let's interlace the fingers behind the back, work the palms toward each other, lift up through the legs. On an exhale, hinge at the hips to fold forward. Letting your arms release down. And you can use any movement here that feels good for you. Shifting your hips side to side, taking figure eights through the hips, through the shoulders, through the arms, bending one knee at a time. Now let's release the hands down. Use your hands to support you. Come up onto the balls of the feet. Turn your heels in. On inhale, let's come up to stand into a goddess squat. Take your left arm underneath your right, hook at the elbows, Garudasana, through your arms. Press your arms against each other, reach up and out through your elbows, through your arms, through your hands. And then continue to deepen by opening through the inner thighs, drawing the tailbone down. Now you can release, lengthen through the arms, lengthen through the legs, and release the arms down. Bend through your left leg, coming down as far as you can come down. And on inhale, you can lengthen through your arms, pressing your left arm and leg against each other. You're active through the right leg. The knee and toe are facing up. And then you can release your top arm down, pivot so you come onto the ball of your back foot. Walk your left foot to line up with the outside of the mat. Your left hand is to the inside of your left foot. Lengthen through your spine here. Now on exhale, lengthen through your left leg. Inhale, bend through the knee, lengthen through the spine, all the way out through the back leg. Exhale, lengthen through the front leg. Inhale, bend through the knee. Exhale, lengthen through your left leg. Inhale, bend through the knee, lengthen through the spine, all the way out through the back leg. Now you can bring your back knee down. You can stay here. You can come onto your forearms. And explore this for yourself. Whatever helps you feel strong, anchored, and opening through the gallbladder channel in particular. And now you can release your back knee down. Let's come up onto the hands if you aren't there already. Fold through your back leg. Now you can just work on that. If you can take a hold of your back foot with your left hand, you can take that option. And let's first draw the heel in toward the hip. Let your right hip release down. And now if you want to, press your foot into your hand and deepen into a twist. So you're drawing the left ribs back, the right ribs forward, activating through the leg. and then release. Let go of the foot. Let's walk the left foot over to the right side of the mat, set up for pigeon here. First, tucking your back toes, you help bring the right thigh in toward the left thigh. So we're finding it's like a warrior 3 position where we're working the inner thighs in toward the center line of the body and of the mat. And now you can look back over your left shoulder toward your back foot. And now unwind, and you can come into your version of pigeon now. If you want to, as we did on the other side, take a hold of your right foot with your right hand, and then come down onto your left forearm. You can bring your forehead all the way down if you have that kind of opening. Letting yourself settle into this. Though you notice we aren't holding anything too long in this practice, since this practice is more about movement. I have a yin practice to follow up from this practice where we get deeper into the hips, holding the hip opening postures that I'll share at the end of this practice. Now go ahead, release the foot if you have a hold of it. Bring your left foot in a bit so you can plant your hands flat down onto the mat. Tuck your back toes firmly so you can come straight back into a 3-legged dog, taking your left leg up and opening up through the hips, bending through your left knee, and then reach back through your left foot. Keep reaching and reaching until it comes down onto the ground, off of the mat. Inhale, open up into your version of this back bend, pressing down through the right hand, so you're strong through the right arm, feeling into the left side of your body, feeling the shoulders planted into the back. And then you can unwind, coming into plank. On an exhale, chaturanga. Inhale into upward dog. Exhale back into downward dog. Now on an inhale, look to your hands. Exhale, step or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Let's take the feet to line up to the width of the mat. You can wrap your hands around your ankles, hook your thumbs and index and middle fingers around your big toes. You can take your hands underneath your feet if you can get your toes into your wrists. On an inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Using the bind, so you can press your feet into your hands and pull your hands back into your feet, or do that with your toes, or do that with your hands wrapped around your ankles. Draw the shoulders into the back. Feel length through the back body, releasing stress that can be stored through the back line. Now you can let go of the bind, bring your hips down into Malasana. Take your arms to the inside of your thighs. On inhale, reach up through your right arm, pressing your left arm and leg against each other. Exhale, release the hips down. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, lift up through your top arm more. Exhale, release, bring your right arm down. Inhale, open your left arm up. Exhale, release the hips down. Inhale, reach up through your left arm. Exhale, release the left arm down. Now you can bring your hips down, come to sit, bring your feet together, wrapping your fingers around your feet, actively opening your knees away from each other. Lift up through your spine, let your shoulders release into the back. On exhale, draw the belly button down toward your thighs. Your elbows can move out toward your knees. Feeling your breath move into your belly, actively opening through the kidney and liver channel, through the inner thighs. Feeling the back line open, the stress that can be held in the pelvis, the lower back, the pelvic floor. On inhale, come up into a neutral spine. And now I'll leave this up to you. If you want to just sit cross-legged to close out your practice here, if you want to come into Shavasana, if you're going to close out your practice for the day. And if you end your practice seated, I recommend that you move on to the yin practice that I have to follow up this practice with. Whatever feels best for you. Wherever you are, if you're seated, if you're on your back, letting your eyes close. And just feeling the movement of your breath, the movement through your body, and how this focus on movement can release tension, a buildup of tension, especially when we work with the liver and gallbladder channels in particular. Just feeling how this is reflected in your mind right now. Noticing any difference in your energy, your breath, your mobility, or your mental clarity after giving your body space to move, to circulate, and to release tension. Sometimes we don't need more pressure or more intensity. We just need more supportive movement, breath, and space to reconnect with ourselves. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What, if anything, shifted most for you during today's practice? If it was in your energy, your mobility, your emotional state, or something else. And if you enjoy practices like this that support your emotional and nervous system and hormonal system health, subscribe if you haven't yet. And if you want additional support between practices that I'm sharing here, you can also download my free Meridian yoga practices for symptoms like anxiety, emotional stagnation, digestive issues, fatigue, and sleep. That's linked in the description below. If you want to go deeper into this meridian focus with longer held hip and side body opening to close your practice with a more restorative focus, you can continue into my yin yoga for emotional release and renewed energy that's showing up on your screen right now, and I also have it linked in the description. Thanks so much for taking this time to be present with yourself, with your body, and with your breath, and for practicing with me. I'll see you in the next video.